course, my name is Omojesu Alfred, and today we're definitely going to be looking at the three major important skills you need to close sales. All right, the three major important skills you need to close sales. I usually tell this to people. I said there's a total difference between marketing and sales. Okay, so a lot of us spend time doing marketing, okay, and of course lose out from the major part, which is sales. So being a good marketer is good, okay, but now just being a good marketer will not take you to the bank. All right, yeah, being a good marketer will not take you to the bank. You need to understand that the only thing that will make you smile to the bank, okay, is by closing. All right, so if you don't close your deal, you will not smile to the bank. If you don't make sales, you will not smile to the bank. So most of us spend time doing, or most of you spend time doing marketing, okay, and not sales. Okay, but however, marketing is important, sure. All right, so don't take that out from the whole discussion today. Okay, so we're going to be looking at three major skills you need in closing deal. All right, so the first one is the ability to empathize with your clients. All right, the ability, okay, to empathize with your client. Now you need to understand something, that people do not really care, okay, how much you know, okay, until they know how much you care. People do not really care how much you know. All right, they don't care, okay, until they get to find out that, oh, you care for them. All right, so let's look at it this way. Okay, when a client calls you, okay, and said they want to buy a product from you, okay, are you just after their money, or you wanted to put them through the processes of your product, which of course like marketing? Okay, so for instance, a client called and they said, "Oh, I would like to get to buy a piece of properties from your establishment." Okay, now what is that thing that you need to discover first? Okay, to enable you close that sales. So you need to have that empathy first of all. You need to let them understand that you have that feeling for them. You need to let your client understand that you have them in your heart, like you have them in your heart. So you need to have that empathy on your client. Okay, one of the way I said you can sort out this, okay, is by being a professional. All right, it's by being a professional. Okay, it's by also being it's by also you being an expert in your field. Okay, okay, now you have to be a consultant. All right, now being a consultant is not just you want to sell. Okay, for instance, if you go to the hospital today and you're telling the doctor that you're having headache, the first thing the doctor will say is, "Oh, how long has this incident been?" Okay, the doctor will now ask you, "How do you feel? Are you feeling, is your temperature high?" He just asks you some, "Are you feeling dizzy?" Okay, what the doctor tried to do is try to diagnose you first, okay, before you will now know the right drugs to administer to you. And most times you see, after they finish their stuff and finish their test, okay, they might just write a piece of paper to you and say, "Okay, take this to any doctor." All right, they'll know what to do. Okay, so that is you being a consultant. All right, so when somebody comes to you to say they want to buy your product, okay, the first thing to do is to take them through that process. I give a typical example. Okay, Taylor, let's use that. Okay, as a fashion designer, when a client brings a product, when a client bring a picture to you and say, "Okay, I need exactly this kind of clothes, this kind of design," all right, do you just take the design and start sewing for the person without looking at the client to know if that design will literally fit the client or not? Okay, so the first thing you should ask is this. Okay, why do you want to sew this kind of design? Why is this design? Okay, because it might be for Ashebi and everybody showing the same style. It might be choristers in church, everybody shows the same style. It might just be something else, maybe something or something, all right? And it's an organization, they want to show the same thing. Okay. Now, if it's none of that, okay, then you can ask it, okay, I don't think this style will fit well on you, ma'am. Because I see a lot of posts on social media, what I ordered and what I received, what the original design and the fake design. You just see some things like that. Just keep coming to your head. All right, it's because you are not a professional. You don't act like one, so you don't even know about your products. All right, the empathy, okay, for your client is not really there because you just want to have their money. And talking about this empathy thing, okay, if at the end of your conversation with the client and you discover that what the client is literally looking for, you don't have it, all right, it's not a crime to tell the client to another person. It's not a crime to tell the client, oh, I'm sorry, we don't have this product right now. We don't have exactly what you need. I think you can share the next person. Be a professional. But if at the end of the day, okay, you have it, all right, of course you say, oh, we have exactly what you want. Because if you don't know what they want, come on, you cannot push it. Okay, and that moved me to number two. Number two is the ability to discover challenges and to discover your prospects pinpoint. Okay, so the ability, all right, to discover challenges, okay, the ability to discover, or you can say the ability to uncover challenges, all right, and to discover your prospect pain points. Now, so at this point, I'll say no pain, no gain. All right, yes, no pain, no gain. Okay, so most of us think that sales is something you just go pa pa pa, you get and you get out and you look for the next client. Big brands does not work that way. So the first thing you need to do, okay, this is why you see why the number one, the impact is very important, okay, because when you have the impact, that's what number two comes to play. Okay, now for this number two, you need to uncover challenges. So while having conversation with your clients, what you're literally doing now is you now have to bring in that ability to uncover challenges. Now, the challenges that the client is actually going through. Okay, so you're trying to uncover the challenges, number one. Okay, then number two is you need to now discover the pain point, all right, because people do not buy their way into problems, they buy their way out of problems. So people need to really buy their way out of problems. And remember when we're talking about the some of the words you should avoid why doing marketing, okay, or you want to close. Some of the words that you should avoid is stop telling your client come and buy. People don't like to buy. All right, people don't like to buy. So instead of saying buy, why don't you say, will you mind owning a plot of land from our estate? Or I will love you to own a plot of land. I will love you to own a pair of this lovely suits. All right, I will love you to own a pair of this lovely shoe. I will love you to own a pair. Okay, I will love you to own. So instead of saying buy, 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 I will love you to own. All right, yes, okay, I will love you to what? To own. So you need to understand that people does not buy their way into problems, they buy their way out of problems. And that's the reason why you need to have that ability to discover, okay, to you need to have that ability to uncover their challenges, all right, then discover, all right, your prospect pinpoints. So while we're talking, you now know what the client needs. Some of us does not really listen at all to client when our clients are complaining. We don't really listen to our prospect when they are complaining. Okay, now it's your ability to be quiet to listen. You have to listen. So when somebody comes to say, oh, I want to do this, first of all, you have to find out this thing that this person is looking for. What exactly did this person want? All right, what exactly is this person looking for? Then you keep quiet. All right, learn to listen. You need to learn to listen, because if you must uncover the challenges, you must learn to listen. why is the person want to buy this product? Why this product? Why not something else? Why must it be this one? Why this one? And you allow the client to tell you, all right, of course, professional work being played in this game, okay, then you allow the person to tell you, well, why the person is talking. You now know what the person really wants, okay, you now know why the person really needs this thing. You now know. Now, if at the end of the day, like I said in the first one, okay, if at the end of the conversation you notice that this is not what I don't have what this person needs, please, I beg you, direct the person to your neighbor or to somewhere else. Okay, I've had that conversation with some clients, all right, and at the end of the day, they end up telling me, thank you for being sincere. All right, they end up telling me, thank you for being sincere. So, number two is the ability to uncover challenges, okay, and to discover your prospect pain points. So you need to understand that one of the key note there is no gain, no sales. Okay, so people don't buy their way into problems, they buy their way out of problems. Okay, now you need to also know that problem drives sales. Problems drive sales. Okay, once you can locate the challenge of your clients, wow, sales come, because now you're coming from that point of what they need. All right, so you're not telling them just come and buy. You're coming from that point. You're eating the main at the end. Carl, this is exactly what you want, and that is what I have for you. I hope it makes sense. If it makes sense, I would like to put on the comment button to say it makes sense, it makes sense, it makes sense. Now, the third one is the ability to accept rejection. I'll move ahead. The ability to handle reception and move ahead. When somebody tells you no, what's the first thing that comes to your mind? This is one part that all salesperson does not want to hear at all. When people say no, when people say your product is not good enough, all right, this is one part that every salesperson is trying to avoid. Any salesperson that I know on the face of planet Earth, they are no, see, everybody on the face of planet Earth came into this world with a default setting. All right. So when I mean a default setting, what I'm literally saying is we came into the world with a default setting. That default setting is we don't want people to reject us. So we don't want people to tell us no. We just want to enter the place, get the thing done, anything we say, let people say yes, you're good, this perfect, and just be praising us and everything. All right. So when we get no from people, it gets us a little bit worried. Okay, it gets us a little bit worried. All right, but you need to understand that if you must move forward, if you must build a sturdy brand that will stand the test of time, you must learn how to handle rejection and move ahead. And that is you being professional without any emotional feelings attached to it. Okay, I've seen people that want to sell it, people that are into sales, and they'll come back and tell you everybody say no. Just because of one, two, or three person says no, they say everybody says no. Because of one or two person come to say I don't like the product, they say everybody does not like the product. What do you mean everybody does not like the product? Are you telling that 8 point something billion people on the face of planet Earth do not like the product? The answer is totally no. It's totally no. It's no. All right. So how do you handle it as a professional and move on? All right. Sometimes I tell myself when people said no to me, I just like, wow, you miss the best part of me. You miss the best part of my product. I say that a lot. I say, oh, you miss the best part of my product. I learn not to have emotional feelings attached to my conversation with clients. So when you tell me no, fine, you're good. You're good. You're good. You're good. We're good. We're moving forward. We're all good. We're all good. We're all good. So sometimes you find yourself marketing, 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 and it's time for you to close the sale, and the client came up with something else different. I know it can be painful. Believe in me, it can be painful. But you see, you need to undo it and move on. So this is where you act like a professional right now. You say, well, sir, I understand. I understand where you're coming from. Okay, I understand where you're coming from. All right, but you missed out from it. Okay, and move forward. All right, I've moved forward. I hope today class helps. Okay, for those of you that are actually thinking of how you can drive sales, this is actually the three important skills you need to have to push up your sales. My name is Omojesu Alfred, also known as the boss of all bosses. Congratulations, the Club 1000 Club has officially been launched. All right. Now, if you want to be part of Club 1000, where we teach you how you can scale up your business, okay, how we can teach you how to scale up your business, or you want to start a business, or you're a startup and you want to scale, all right, you're free to join Club 1000. It's a place for you where you learn everything you want to know concerning your business and how to scale your business. For you to be part of Club 1000, there's a number that is displaying on the screen right now. Pick the number, call, and of course, the media department will give you the next detail you need to be part of Club 1000. All right. Hope to see you in class very soon. God bless you.